Thank all of you for coming out on this beautiful, cool spring morning, soon to lead to hopefully a January meeting sometime in 2011. I want to also introduce my son Paul, who's up here on the stage with us today. And of course, Dan mentioned Suzanne, who's been a great helpmate in this, and we're determined to be a team as we go forward. Welcome to the neighborhood. This is where my part of the American dream first began. On the day after Labor Day, many years ago, my mother took me by the hand and walked me through that door. When she did, no member of my family had ever graduated from college. But my mother believed that education was the ladder up and out, and that she was determined that her 3 children would get a college education, and we did. On the other side of that door was a remarkable woman named Luella Merritt. She was the principal, and she had decided early in her life that one simple proposition was of more importance to her than anything else. That every child had worth, that every child could learn, and that every child could be somebody. No child that ever walked through that door was written off by Luella Merritt. She decided long before she got here that she could make a difference in children's lives, and she did. And we were all the better for it. Most of the folks who lived in this neighborhood worked at what we called the bomber plant. They were assembly line workers. When the contracts came in, they had work. When the contracts ran out, they got laid off. People in this neighborhood knew what it was like to worry about whether or not they were going to have a paycheck next week. But the folks in this neighborhood worked hard. They went to church and they played by the rules. They wanted their kids to have a better chance than they had had. And they wanted them to get a good education so that they could be good citizens. When election day came, the folks in this neighborhood voted Democratic because they thought the Democratic Party gave them the best hope of realizing their dreams. Now, a lot has changed in the world since I went to school in this neighborhood. The economy has globalized. The best product and the best price are never more than a few clicks away on the internet. Everything moves faster. But a lot of things haven't changed. People still have faith. People still believe in the American dream. People still want a better life for their children. And the Democratic Party still offers people the best chance to realize their dreams. Today, Texans are worried that the Texas they have known, the Texas that was full of hope and big dreams, is somehow slipping away. They worry that the children starting to school next year in Texas won't be able to compete in 20 or 30 years with the kids starting to school in China, in India, in South Korea. They worry that the jobs they need to feed their families and to educate their children won't be there when they need them. They worry that all this globalization will somehow leave them behind. They worry that health care won't be there to take care of them or their parents or their kids when they get sick. They worry that they won't have transportation that can get them back and forth to work at a reasonable price. They worry that the environment will be polluted and energy costs will soar if we don't do a better job of preparing for the future. They're right to worry. If we don't do something soon, Texas will wind up being a third world state. Thousands of years ago, it was written that where there is no vision, the people perish. It's been a long time since we've had any vision in Texas, and I want to do something about it. I'm a Democrat. as Sam Rayburn used to say, without prefix, suffix, or apology.
All right.
And I think it's time we all had a governor.
Yeah.
I am therefore announcing today that I will seek the Democratic nomination for governor of Texas. I have no illusions about the difficulty of the task that lies ahead. There are two tough, veteran Republican office holders who will be well-funded and will do anything to be elected. But I still believe in democracy, and I still believe in the power of the Democratic Party. If we nominate a candidate that can appeal to the broad middle ground of Texas, if we nominate a candidate that understands the importance of education to the future of our children and our economy, if we nominate a candidate who understands the hopes and dreams of labor as well as the hopes and dreams of entrepreneurs, if we nominate a candidate who recognizes the importance of tolerance and civility to our society, if we nominate a candidate who will ask our citizens to put the interests of Texas ahead of their personal interests and the politics of Texas, then we can win the governor's office in 2010. That's the kind of candidate I want to be. That's the kind of governor I want to be. With your help, we can beat any Republican that is nominated next year. But make no mistake about it, to win, this campaign must become a cause. Right now, we have dropout rates in Hispanic, African American, and low-income white neighborhoods that exceed 40, 50, and 60%. If you believe that we can do better, join our cause. Texas has more uninsured children than any other state in America. These are our kids, and they get no doctor's care anytime during the year. We can get almost $1 billion more from the federal government to meet their health needs, money that would not cost Texans any additional tax dollars. We leave that money on the table for purely political reasons. If you think we can do better, join our cause. Tuition rates have skyrocketed at universities because politicians have been playing political games. If you believe that it is important to keep tuition as low as possible so that more students can afford a college education, then join our cause. If you believe early childhood development should be supported and not vetoed, join our cause. Like the old days. If you believe that toll roads should be the last choice and not the first choice to build our highways, join our cause. That's the sound of freedom, folks. We've known it on the west side of Fort Worth for a long time. If you believe a good business climate requires a good educational system, then join our cause. If you believe the water and air of Texas are worth saving, join our cause. If you believe that every Texan has a right to sit at the table when the decisions affecting their lives are made, then join our cause. In 1835, the winds of revolution were blowing through Texas. A group of patriots were arguing back and forth about how to loosen the grip of tyranny on San Antonio, when one man asked a simple question: who will ride with old Ben Milam to San Antonio? a cry went up, and Milam sparked a revolution that changed Texas forever. The spirit of Texas is still alive. This is the election. This is the day. This is the hour to decide to change Texas again.
Yeah.
Together we can make Texas the place that it should be, the place that is true to our conscience, the place that is true to our past, the place that is confident of our future. God bless Texas, and God bless you. Thank you very much.